John Murphy, Steve Tasker in our Seneca studio in Orchard Park. One Bills Live, final half hour of the show. We call this the home stretch, and we're happy to have a special guest with us on the home stretch in his first year with the Bills, getting set for his fifth start. Bills starting center, Mitch Morse in studio with us. Hello, Mitch. Thanks for coming by.
Appreciate you having me on. Sorry for the sweatiness. I just got done lifting.
Yeah, no
problem.
You're next to Steve. It makes no difference.
Yeah. You could have just said you were
away.
out in the rain. You're practicing in the rain. There's nothing I hate worse.
You know what? We just do what we're told, man. And we go out there, and coach says, you run through a wall, and you tell us where. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Figuring this out as we go.
Do you look at the weather forecast for the game? I'm sure they talk about it a little bit, huh?
You know what? If it's going to be a hot one, you really try to hydrate.
Right.
Try to be hydrated a few days before the game because that's just it plays such a big role in regards to, cooling the body down. But at the same time, there's only so much you can do.
Right.
In the end, it's just kind of dealing with it.
What about wet footballs?
Yeah, that's always a bummer.
Footing on, it's natural
Right.
grass down there. You're playing on natural grass out here. So that's an issue? You can wear the 3/4 studs and all that.
Yeah, I do think there's something to it, right? Could be raining on Sunday, getting your footing, getting the timing in the rain, not, handling the football when it's wet. So, I think there's always a method to coach's madness. And for us, it's just doing what we're told and going out there and competing in the rain.
With Bills center Mitch Morse, I'm looking quickly before he came out here. I'm impressed by this. You came into the league as a second-round pick, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've never played a game in which you did not start. And it's, 56 consecutive games, 56 starts.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's, it's something that you only dream of when you get in this league. Every year is not, it's not guaranteed. Every game's not guaranteed, and that's something I've learned the hard way here in this league due to injuries and stuff. So for us, it's just going out and taking advantage of the week because you never know if you're guaranteed the next week, as cliche as that sounds.
And I wonder what the preseason, the training camp preseason did to you. And you're thinking along those lines because you didn't get a whole lot of work, right? And no preseason action. Right?
No preseason action, which is not how you draw it up.
Right.
But it's kind of just what happened. Like you said, you roll with the punches. I think I talked to y'all on the next day. Hopefully I don't get a concussion tomorrow because last time I got to go in there,
that's right.
I talked to y'all.
Wow.
And you set it up. So no, I'll take that voodoo away from y'all. But no, it's just one of those things. No, it's you don't want to miss the preseason. Just kind of roll with the punches.
So in the preseason, you forced your quarterback to take snaps from some other center, guy
Yeah.
who's in. Now you are not in concussion protocol. Your quarterback is, and you're snapping to some other guy.
It's full circle, man.
Yeah, it's full circle. A little bit of difference in that. Certainly, Matt brings a different skill set to the table than Josh does. It doesn't really bother you or say too much to you, but there is a different guy back there.
Yeah, I think when much like when offensive line, they have to plug and play when guys are hurt. Each intricacy of this, each dude is different, and it's definitely exacerbated when it's the center. So whether it's the center quarterback exchange or how they carry out the cadences. I mean, Steve, it's just each quarterback has a little different nuance. One guy's strength is another guy's weakness. So you just kind of roll with it, and it's part of the gig, unfortunately.
Mitch Morse with us. Mitch, you were on the field, obviously, when Frank Gore had the big run last week that put him over 15,000 for his career, a milestone for him. But I would think as an offensive lineman, you might think, hey, we get a little piece of that, too, playing with a guy like that, huh?
This league humbles you, but it also kind of you get starstruck. I remember coming in. I mean, it's more so when you're a rookie rather than now, but you get these guys you grew up watching. You get these all-time greats, future Hall of Famers like Frank. You get to play with and kind of help pave the way for. And the guy is he lives and breathes football. It's the reason why he's been doing it for so long, and it's been a privilege and hopefully continued privilege here in the next this season.
36 years old. Getting that many carries, 17 carries the other day. At some level, it's got to be a shock that you see a guy that age taking all those hits. It's not like he's running away from people that often and being that productive at that age.
No, I mean, Frank likes contact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He likes to run it through the A and B gaps, and there's something to that. I think when anyone who's playing this league at the age of 36 is doing something right.
Right.
And especially at such a physical position like running back, it's a feat of – it's just will. And the guy just lives and breathes football, and he's dedicated his life to it, and it shows.
We've been talking up and down about how much little we know about the Tennessee defense, but they play a lot of zone. They've got a pretty good pass rushers on the edge. They've been getting some sacks. What's the general consensus about what you're going to face on Sunday with their defense?
Oh, really good defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the feeling every week. But this defense is well coached, and have really productive players, and they stick to what they know, and they do it really well. So it'll be a great challenge for us to come out and execute and compete at the level which they play. They play with great intensity. So, kudos to them, and it'll be a great matchup on Sunday.
Jarrell Casey has made Pro Bowls, but it's not like he's a household name. It's one of the better interior defensive linemen, I think. Huh?
He should be.
Yeah.
He's a household name to most interior offensive linemen in the league. The guy's been playing at such a high level for years and years, and it'll be a great challenge for us to match his intensity and the style of play which he brings, which is he brings it every play. So we'll have to match that.
We've been wondering with their head coach's background with the Patriots, right? If the defense, and they're successful defensively, if the defense looks the way New England's does a little bit, do they do some of the same things?
You know what? It's interesting. I can't speak for that, but I do speak for the fact that if one team does something really well against you, you're going to see that the next week, whether it be certain twists or stuff like that. So for us, we just have to look back at what we can control, and that's stuff that we haven't done too hot in the last few games, whether it be certain things in protection or communication, and understanding that they have great coaches and a good defense that they're going to attack what you've shown on tape so far.
Yeah, it gets the point where they're going to do it until you stop it, or
Exactly.
until you beat it, until you have success against it. And I think that's one of the things. What do you think that means for this team? What are they going to? What did the Patriots do that gave you some problems? Some of it had to do with the guy you're snapping to, Josh. They were trying to do as much as they could to not let him know what they were doing.
Right. Well, I think for the last week you have a great defense, and Bill Belichick's a great coach, and it's just putting different looks at you to confuse, because every offensive line's got rules, and they're going to try to kind of mess up those rules. And so I feel like for us, it's just making game time adjustments, because they might get you a play here and there, and but not panicking and understanding that they get paid to do a job, and for us, just making those game time adjustments.
Hey, Mitch, we've had Sean McDermott around here now in his third year. You've been around for several months now, and one of Sean's sayings is he talks about the growth mindset. How does it, right? You've heard it.
He sure does.
And he probably said it this week, and maybe he said it in relation to the offense. How do you feel this offense needs to grow? What do you guys need to do, and maybe what have you been directed to do over the next
I
week?
think penalties are a big thing. It's one of those things we in these last few games when we've put something together, we've seemed to shoot ourselves in the foot. And for me, I definitely have some room of improvement to work on that in that department. And then just executing. And it's nothing we need to change. Nothing crazy needs to happen. Just do what we do. We've shown that we can be a really great offense. Right now, it's just consistency and practicing consistency.
What do you see from Josh that you've only been here, like John said, just in the off season, the progression through preseason? I mean, you certainly you didn't take many reps, but you were there every day. What do you see in Josh and his growth?
Well, I think you see a dude who's competitive as hell. Right. And when you walk into a huddle with a guy who's super competitive, but at the same time is calm and collected, that's going to, Coach also says calm breeds calm, and I think that's important in regards to the fact that if you have a quarterback who's going in there and unsure of himself, it's going to kind of resonate with everyone else. But the guy comes in and his willingness to work and talk with us and push us a bit is great, and I think Josh has got everything written on him to be a great quarterback.